Well, it's another night that I can't sleep, and a lot of people probably think that the reason you can't sleep is because you've got Crohn's, and I think I'm coming to the conclusion that it's not because I've got Crohn's that I can't sleep, it's because of the treatment and the things you have to go through to be diagnosed with Crohn's. Tonight, lying in bed, I just kept thinking back to the colonoscopy and that procedure, how that all took place, and I think that's actually scarred me for life. I think that's why I can't sleep anymore, along with a few other procedures that have taken place over time. So I thought I'd maybe share tonight, since I can't sleep, a little bit about the colonoscopy and what will take place for you punters out there that are going to get to experience this mighty fine experience. It'll start off with you being made to drink up to about 8 litres of a salty death drink, which you'll have to chug your way through within a certain time frame. Once you've managed to drink that up, you'll find you need to go to the toilet really fast, and you will have poo-wees, or wee poos as we called it, which in itself is interesting. I don't quite understand, when you drink 8 litres of liquid, how come that comes out where the solids should come out? Shouldn't you pee out 8 litres of fluid again? I don't know, but that's something that you'll probably think in between your dashes to the toilet and whilst you're sitting on the toilet water blasting it. From that you'll end up obviously going to the hospital, and in the hospital you'll get taken aside where there's most likely an Asian nurse, if it's New Zealand, who won't speak any English at all, will start to read through the health and safety and how the procedure is going to take place. And I sat there absolutely petrified that this woman was going to try to put a needle in me. Luckily another Asian woman came along who actually spoke English fluently and sounded like a Kiwi. She then stabbed a lure in my right arm, so before I could, well, basically I trusted her, and before I could realise it, I'd misplaced my trust and she had stabbed that needle in my right arm. From that moment I then got wheeled into the operating room by a ginger-haired girl that grew up in Ratahi. If you don't know where Ratahi is, it's like a hillbilly place, and she was missing a few teeth. She spoke with a very hillbilly accent. We got into the room and I realised that there's another 2 women in there with the hillbilly, and they asked me to roll onto my left hand side, and I rolled onto my left hand side, and at that point I realised there's also a guy in the room now. So there's 2 women, the hillbilly, and a guy standing there holding a camera or a probe. And I remember watching a screen where I could see my insides. I could see all the seeds from the Vogel's bread that I'd been eating, and I could hear him murmuring how I'd been eating whole grain bread. I wasn't too happy. So these are some of the things that you're going to have to go through if you've got Crohn's. You're just going to have many a late night pondering how you've been abused and misused. It's not the disease that keeps you up at night, it's the treatment, it's the people.